Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox. Welcome back to another Tuesday night stream. Apologize to anyone that came out to the stream last Tuesday and I wasn't here. Unfortunately, I had a nasty case of the flu that took me out for the week, and it's a little hard to notify people that I wasn't going to be here. So I didn't get a video out until the end of the week letting everyone know that I was sick because I was kind of laid up in bed. But for those of you who do normally come out to the stream and you want to be able to see or like get updates and that sort of thing, sorry, hold on a second. I'm just got to change a window. I do want to get updates and things on when I'm going to be streaming, when I'm not going to be streaming, if there's any issues that come up. I do have a Twitter account that I try to make notifications on. And then also there is a link to a Discord chat that is in the bottom description area of this particular video. So you should be able to find that. And if you want to go follow along with the Discord, that's a really convenient way for me to let people know what's going on also. I kind of really wish that, that YouTube had some sort of like a... I don't know, like a social networking or something built into it so that I could message people and let you know and give you messages about the channel and that sort of thing. But unfortunately, it's just not something that they have currently. For my birthday, I did actually get a new Elgato HD 60. So I'm going to try something a little different now. We're going to be streaming in 60 frames per second. So let me know if you have any issues with the stream. I did increase my internet service so that I have a better upload speeds available to me. So hopefully that will help smooth anything out. But we're going to be streaming at 720p, 60 frames per second now will be the max at the moment. And then at some point, I think I'd like to ultimately try out 1080p and see what's going on. Hopefully that will work out too. Two voices. That's not good. Hold on. I'm just going to double check I have the right microphone hooked up here. Everything should be fine. Many bars. All right. So, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Now, this is the colony that we started a while ago. I feel like this has been going on for many weeks now. And it's been about 2 weeks since I played this one. But the last time we played, up in the top corner up here, this is where we dug into our fancy little geyser. So, apparently this is going to produce a little bit of power for us. Now, we did get some gas that was kind of leaking out here, which isn't really awesome. Kind of hoping that will kind of get resolved. I've got this set up on a pressure switch up here so that the natural gas will only pump when we get... Actually, it's set for really low right now. Yeah, we're going to need a little pressure to build up in here because things are a little... This geyser's not really putting out the kind of volume that I thought it would. I heard that the pressure for these things was pretty crazy. So did I get a refund? Refund of what, Angel? So up here's where we have our gas production system. I have these connected up to two natural gas generators, and then down below I have... Actually, is that entombed? It is entombed. Oh, my pump's not even gonna work. Grr. All right, let's get this cleaned out of here so we can get that pumped out of there. What do they think it's not reachable for? Oh, I guess I probably have to unlock this too. Put that on auto. They can go in there and clean up that mess, and that will make sure that we can get the water pumped out of here, because these generators actually produce a fair amount of polluted water, and we're going to have to try and pump that out of the way, too, to make sure it doesn't become an issue. If you were watching before, of course, we built our pinch of pepper farm down here, and we've recently had a harvest of it, so everything's actually down to like 3%. It's all regrowing now. But so far, this has been going fairly well. The temperature here is around 55 degrees, so it's kind of in that ideal range between 55 and 60. Some of it's a little on the high side. That's going well too. Down here we have our mealwood farm, and this suffered a little bit when we had some issues in the last stream as our air pressure kind of died off a little bit. We're all out of algae, so we're not producing any oxygen that way. So a few things I wanted to tackle today, but I thought I would actually leave this a choice up to you. The multiple charges on the Elgato. Oh, yes, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so the funny thing is, we did actually, we got refunded for all 5 of the Elgatos they charged us that they said they didn't have and couldn't ship us. Go Best Buy. And we ended up just actually ordering it from Walmart and got that in no time flat. So it's funny, we went to the electronic specialty store. They apparently had the Elgato and then didn't have it. And then... in the end, they overcharged us a whole bunch of times. We had to get it all refunded. So it was kind of a big fiasco, but we did ultimately get it. So that's all been running really great. And I've actually been really happy with it so far. I've already done some 60 frame per second recordings. And I kind of like the look of those when they get all finished out too. So it's a little bit smoother than the 30 frame per second ones I've been doing on the computer. So that's all really good. But thank you. Yes, we did ultimately get that sorted. So here's the thing. This colony is at cycle 189. We're sitting pretty sweet now. We've got a decent amount of food. Stress is in good shape. Our oxygen overlay is not bad, and I could do a few things to improve on that probably in this stream. But I kind of want to start a new colony. I feel like we haven't played this in at least a couple of weeks now, and I was going to continue with this one and maybe do a little bit of reworking of my power grid, even though it's not necessarily that bad. Tweak some oxygen, do some growing some thistleweed and that sort of thing. So for those of you that are in the chat now, if you could maybe vote, should we start a new colony now, or do you think we should continue on with this one and just do some more tweaking? I know, Walmart, right? So we tried everything. We went to, we checked it. Well, obviously Best Buy didn't have it because they sort of shafted us. We tried going to Amazon. They didn't have any in stock. We tried a couple of other places that didn't have it. And of all places, we ended up finding it at Walmart. I mean, I was a little surprised, to be honest. Start a new one. We got lots of votes for new ones. Yes, new ones. New. Well, Grizzly Bear's voted a lot, so he's going with a new one, I think. I'm not positive, but I think Grizzly wants a new one. Start new ones so we can see if everything will be. Okay. All right. We haven't. You know what? Let's start a new one. Plenty of people voting for a new one. We're going to start a new colony. Like I said, I was going to do a little bit of tweaking of the power grid on this one, but in the end, it actually wasn't that bad. I went back and checked it afterwards, and I was like, well, actually, there's really nothing that's under strain, so I could kind of leave the power grid the way it was. Let's start a new game, because I love starting new colonies in this game. I don't know about you, but there's something for me about building up. Like, by the time I get up to, like, 200 cycles, I feel like it's already just kind of running along at its pace. But there's really just something I like about starting a new colony and starting from fresh. So, we've got two good choices right off the bat with two scaredy cats. I'm gonna keep those. Let's do a little shuffle. Iron Gut Scaredy Cat. 1 tinkering, 8 learning. All right, why not? I think this will work out good. Ah, Langar, thanks very much for the super chat. $2. Awesome, thank you. As always, I do have the pop-up that goes along the top. If anyone does a super chat or they subscribe, you'll see that appear at the top of the stream. And actually, with this new Elgato that I'm using, you should be seeing less delay between when I do something on the screen and when you're seeing it in the recording on the stream. So hopefully that will help a little bit also. But no, we're not doing all binge eaters. I am sorry, we're not doing that. What I'm going to do, though, is we're going to do another colony where we're taking every time a duplicant comes up, we're going to grab one. But aside from these first 3 that we're going to pick, where we're actually choosing what we want, for every duplicant that we get a chance to take, we're going to pick number 1, 2, or 3 before we look at them, and then we'll just take whatever you guys pick. So whatever the biggest number of votes is for a number, I'm going to grab that one, and we'll go ahead and do that. And that will be our challenge for this one. And we're just going to take a duplicant every time, and we'll see when the whole colony implodes. I kind of had a lot of fun with that one last time. Mostly because, I don't know, it was just neat waiting to see what that tipping point would be when the colony would just, like, implode on itself out of, like, sheer mass of duplicant weight. And actually, we made it pretty far last time, so I'm kind of impressed. All right, so we have 2 duplicants so far. Caitlin, Thaling, the Liongar. I can never get that name right. I know you even put it phonetically for me in in Discord, and I still mess it up. And we'll go with Angel of Darkness here to start. Angel of Darkness. What's the number after your name? I can never remember. 013. Okay. Angel of Darkness 013. That'll be our first 3 duplicants. No, we're going to take a duplicant every single time. Space Junk. I like the name of that colony, so we're going to keep it. All right, so we're going to take every duplicant. Oh, Tiki Toby, thank you so much. Make me just don't kill you. Tiki, you will be the next duplicant that I bring into the colony. And we'll get one named after you in there also. It's just a tiny bit too slow. It already hit go on it. All right, so... right, so every time a duplicant comes in, we're going to pick one blind by going like 1, 2, or 3. And then... Oh, I can't even dig out to the right this time because I have water there. That's interesting. I have not had that happen before. Let's try digging straight downwards, I guess. Oh, actually, I better dig off to the side and get a little bit of material. Otherwise, I'm not going to have anything to build ladders with. Because I can't go down without a ladder, I guess. As always, we'll name the duplicants after people that are in the stream when you're watching watching the stream. We'll carry this over probably multiple streams. My plan is to stream for about 2 hours tonight, but it's ultimately going to be dependent on my voice and whether it lasts that long. I've been finding a little bit sometimes that I can only talk for a certain amount of time, and then my voice kind of gives out on me. So we'll see how it goes, but hopefully it will last well enough. So this is actually going to be an interesting little seed for us to build from, because this water is all hugging really close to my starting area. I don't normally have that. There's a decent amount of algae here, it looks like, but definitely water is not something we're going to have to worry about in the short term, aside from flooding. I think that might actually be our biggest concern. I'm going to dig down below here. We're going to make a big reservoir here at the bottom. I think that makes probably the most sense. We'll try and get all this water pooled down here together, and that'll make it the easiest to work with. Plus, let's speed this up. I don't want to mess around with that. Plus, it will also give us a situation where, I gotta be careful. If these guys dig this water out, it might actually, as they dig out the sandstone, it might flow at that opening. I'm gonna cancel this for now. See what happens there. I need to get this stuff down below sooner rather than later. It looks like it's already breaking through here, so it may even break through on its own. Duplicant number. I'm not going to build a list of duplicants, but as they come up, we'll do duplicant each time. We'll pick somebody. It gets to be too much when everybody wants to be on the list, and then the next thing I know, I'm trying to maintain some crazy list of people, and that's too much. Yeah, it should be interesting picking blind duplicants. I mean, realistically, their detriments are really not all that awful. I mean, aside from the binge eaters, that's probably going to be the danger here. If we're doing a whole binge eater build where we actually pick randomly and we start getting a bunch of binge eaters, that could be a lot of trouble. Space Junk does sound perfect too. You're right, Angel of Darkness. It's pretty much the perfect name for my stuff. Yeah, I like starting new colonies. There's something about starting out fresh. Like all the stuff that you get to build and research and things at the beginning. I actually find that by the time the colony's been around for a while, I start to get a little bored of it, and I kind of crave building a new one. Oh, there's our flood. I knew that was coming at some point. Everybody's going to get a quick shower. Ooh, they require toilets, too. I should probably try to do something about that. Well, look, the water's even leaking here, but now that it's leaking out there, I guess it'll be okay. This should be okay over here now, so I'm going to do a little flooring out this side. See if we can dig some of this out quickly. And I should actually probably prioritize this just a little bit because I want to get some toilets set up out here sooner rather than later. Oh, you know what? I prioritize the digging and not the building. These guys, they're not very bright. They're gonna wind up digging themselves right into an opening here. Or did I? Or did I? They're building, so maybe they'll take care of it. With my luck, they're gonna fall in the water. That's usually how it goes. Alright, this is draining relatively well, but there's... Oh! I gotta be careful. Somebody's gonna wind up drowning down here, just because the amount of water that's gonna come down on top of them. Okay, so that's good. I kind of want to dig this out, because I'm gonna need not only the food that's there, but I'm also gonna need to try and get some of this copper. You named a base once Tiny Space Invisible Base. Nice. Oh, everybody's going to sleep already. It's a shame that when they're running around in the water, it doesn't actually get them clean. That would be kind of nice. Save on showers. Everybody can take baths instead, I guess. Okay, so we've got a little platform over here. I guess I can do some little outhouses here so these guys have a place to go to the bathroom. Maybe it'll save them from going to the bathroom in my drinking water. That would be novel. Angel, I find that in the beginning, there's not really that huge of a risk of death. I find it's more as you progress in the game that's where you start running into those death risks. So you're going to have to put your soul collection on hold for a little bit, I'm afraid. We have a cold biome up top there. Wow, all the way down the side here is a swamp biome, and all the way underneath. Wow. Okay, I think there's a cold biome over here, too. So I was kind of hoping we'd get a cold biome close by, but it doesn't look like we're going to. On the plus side, this will make a great well for our CO2. With any luck, we shouldn't have too many issues with CO2 buildup. Let's dig some of this out. Alright, they can go pee. Yay! They can go pee. What if it's polluted water? They get dirty? Yeah, they do actually get dirty when they go... Well, I mean... I think it just says that they don't like the water. I can't remember what the deal is when they're going in the polluted water, but it's definitely not... it's not the same as if they go in clean water, I don't think. Oh, hard at work. Got in my metals, little minions. I should probably start them over here, too. Digging some of this out. Before they dig out too much and leave me in a place where I can't actually get at it. Rich people, food for souls. I don't know about that. Thank you very much, Jose. 11,000 already. Yeah, it's going pretty good. Alright. It's interesting. I mean, I was off for a week because I was sick. I didn't work. I didn't do any videos or anything. It was kind of a Kind of a very unproductive week for me, which really stunk. But on the plus side, people still seem to watch the videos and come and subscribe to the channel too, so that's always good. Okay, this is going to be a very slow progression build, I think, initially, because I've got so many of these little areas to dig out to try to move this water around to where I want it to be. But that's okay. We'll make this work for us. Except for the fact that I just stranded them. Because, you know, what would be a game without a little crisis? Let's maybe prioritize that. Oh, come on. They can get down, but they're going to stand there. Yeah, that's right. Just wait for that thing to be built and then stand there. That's perfect. You guys are awesome. Let's dig out over here. Do some more tiling this way. Sorry, we got a decent floor at least. You know what? And I probably don't even really need these ones that are right here. Give a little more space for some CO2 to flow downward. Which dupe are you? Let's check this out. Well, we don't want combat on anybody. You guys are all scaredy cats, so that's not really an issue, but when people come out, it will be. Caitlin Roberts will perform task massage. Tinkering applies to massage. That makes no sense at all to me. I have no idea. I have no idea what the deal is with that. Let's see. Hydrofan. We have repair. So actually, I have some decent research people going on here. I'm going to set Angel of Darkness initially to do the research, but Caitlin, you're the little blonde-haired one. You're this one here. That's you. Congratulations. Weird noseless printed human who cannot swim but walk in water. Yeah, something like that. Let's dig this out here. Dig all this out. On the plus side, we do have a decent amount of algae in here, so I don't anticipate having any real challenges with oxygen for the first little while. So in this case, they seem to have done a good job of including the oxygen, which is good. I kind of want to get some research going here, too. Let's get a manual generator set up here. We'll do a little battery. No, I don't want the battery there. I want the battery right next to it. Conserve space. At least for now. Then we'll do a little research station here. This is going to take some very simple electrical wiring. Boop. Perfect. Bob's your uncle. Is that a burn that you smell? What burn? I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, so hold on. This is going to collapse for a second. I hate that I can't get this game to maximize all the time, but I needed to just swap windows off screen. Sorry about that. Okay. Does anyone know why I shouldn't tunnel into the swamp biome for infinite oxygen early on? Well, you know, at some point, they're going to set it up so that the whole oxygen thing, like in terms of breathing the polluted oxygen, is going to become a problem. So, I don't know. It feels like too much of a cheat to me. So you're right, you technically could do that. But it just doesn't feel right, so I don't do it. I want my duplicants to breathe nice fresh air, not have, like, nasty, awful, polluted air. Let's just build all the way over here. Take all this out, my minions. Actually, I got quite a bit of room over here. It's still... I want to get into the ice biome early, too, because I want to try and get some sleet wheat planted, and we can kind of transfer our people off of mealwood as early as possible and get them eating sleet wheat, which is actually a little bit better and easier to maintain once you get it going. Your BF is at 446 cycles on this colony. Wow. See, I don't know. I think I would get bored if my colony got that old. I like the new ones. I don't know why. Probably should expand the agornics so we can yell at you when you run out of algae. Oh. Alright, will do. I'll expand it, but the reality is I'm not using any algae right now, so... I mean, we will be using it, obviously, but just not right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I actually had it set right at the right height, too. How about that? Let's build a little floor in here. Take all this out. And we'll extend this upwards because I want to have... Oh. Right. Right into the oxalite. Well, I guess I won't be doing too much that way until that stuff goes away. I know you can dig up the oxalite and you'll still have it around to be able to produce oxygen, but it seems to reduce the mass of it when you dig it up, so I'm going to leave it in place until it kind of wears itself out. Duplicant! Okay, so here's the plan. We have a chance to pull in a duplicate now, so quickly, everyone in the stream, type 1, 2, or 3. Whichever one I see that gets the most numbers is going to be the one that we're going to pick as the duplicant. This one will be named Tiki Toby, but we're going to pick him blind. And we're going to take a duplicant every single time the printing pod turns on, and it'll be a blind choice each time also. So type 1, 2, or 3 in the chat, and let me know what you think we should take. Did I finish my farming already? Wow, that was fast. All right, I'm gonna go straight to farm. No, I can't do fine dining. I don't have a research station. So we got a 2, a 3, a 1, a 3, a 2. You guys are gonna make it evenly spread on me, aren't you? Till you can click further into the research chain, and they will do research for each item. Click. Oh, wow. Okay, so we got lots of 3s, lots of 2s, lots of 1s. Wow. Okay, I don't know what to pick now. 2 is winning, I think. I think you're right, Caitlin. It looks like 2 is in the lead. All right, we're gonna take 2. Let me just pick a research item here we can work on. I'm going to go right to decor. It's maybe less useful, but it's more interesting. Choose a duplicant. Da-da-da. Oh, we got another scaredy cat. How about that? How's that for lucky? Early bird, scaredy cat. Oh, he's a binge eater, though. Oh, Tiki Toby's a binge eater. You know, I didn't even look at what the first 3 people were in terms of their additional stress response. But that's okay. We've got Tiki Toby. Come on, Tiki. There we go. The 2 wins it. All right, we took 2 for now. We'll see how it goes next time. It's going to be a little hard to actually keep tabs, and those numbers really fly by when you guys start typing. I think you should reject duplicates, but we decide the number. That sounds like kind of a reverse sort of thing. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of just picking them blind because I can't be sure what I'm going to get. It's too easy when you're looking at the list of duplicates to just kind of... No, I don't even know why I'm doing that the hard way. It's too easy when you look at the list of duplicants to be a little choosy and pick one that's gonna be good. You know what? I want to dig this out over here enough that this water can get out, but I don't want to block this off so it all dumps on my floor. Dig all this out. One of my favorite new features, the fact we can copy... I don't want to put dirt in here. We can copy our settings now and just do that across all of our completed storage bins. It's got to be my absolute favorite thing in terms of, like, time and efficiency. Let's dig this stuff out. Oh, as soon as I dig this out, I'm going to get sand on my head. But that's okay. They can go for a swim if they want to get cleaned up. We don't have any showers yet, but, you know, whatever. Binge eaters tanked your last colony. No, not the binge eaters. I've had a couple of those that have gobbled up stuff on me, but not too bad. I mean... For the most part, I've been able to manage the stress well enough that I haven't had too much of an issue with binge eaters, although we did have a little bit of a problem in that last colony, all things considered. How's our oxygen? Oxygen is good. I love that we have all this space down here for our CO2 to build up. I should try to dig this stuff out while I've got a chance to. Let's see, copy settings, lay that over there, perfect. I'm really not liking the fact that this ice biome is so far away. I like it when they're like right beside, so I can create like a door in there right away and quickly refrigerate my food and stuff. It's not catering to my laziness in any way. Let's do some piping research. Oh, better dig out the food bin. You gotta have the eats. Very, very slowly digging over here. I've got to, like, step into this a little bit so I can get the water to actually drop down where I want it to. Oh, wow, that was a good dive. Angel of Darkness with the high dive. So when you build this computer, just click straight into sanitation. Your dupes will automatically do liquid plumbing first, then jump. Oh, that's really handy. Sometimes I like to be a little bit choosy, though, and I don't always want to go, like, right to that extreme. Let's build more tile flooring. I don't want that last one. I will eventually, because I'm going to want, like, a wall over there, but... In the meantime, back at the Batcave. Dig all this out. Oh, this is going to make a really big opening because of all that crazy sand. It's quite the little layer of sand that we're going to drop right on our head. But that's okay. We can deal with it. We're all good. Click on the little dollar sign. Oh, yeah, that's how you do the super chats. You click on the dollar sign at the bottom. English is fine. You demand a bed? You're demanding, aren't you? Bed. Who needs a bed? Stress is only 16%. I'm not worried about beds yet. Although we will need them eventually. I think, where are we here? Refinement. Yeah, we can do a compost. We should probably set one of those up. So we can deal with our wonderful polluted dirt. Polluted dirt. Yummy. Do a little more floor over here so we can get rid of this stuff. Okay, I'm not even going to be able to reach that one. I'm going to have to build more floor again. Ah! It's out to get me. Oh, I want to dig this too. Trying to kill everybody diving off by driving off of something. No, they can't die by jumping off of something. Fortunately, they don't take fall damage. Oh, down they go again. That was weird. The lion guard, like, fell and then went to sleep and then woke up and then went to sleep again. That makes no sense at all. Let's just set this at a priority 7. So that, oh, no. That's not what I want to do. Don't dig all that. Hold on. There we go. Just dig that one. Get yourself out of there. Iliastar, thank you very much for the super chat. Much appreciated. With the instructions, too. Suffocating? Who's suffocating? Who's suffocating? It's Lion Guard. All right. They're okay. You're okay. Just half in the water, but you're good. That's funny. I don't know when they fell. I guess they must have climbed up on something and dug their way off. I wasn't really entirely paying attention. I thought they would be able to do it from where they were standing on the floor and just reach over, but clearly they thought they had a better idea. Ah, man, we got our little power wheel dug in here. Have to dig that out. Good thing we have a battery, otherwise Tiki Toby wouldn't be able to do any research. Wait a minute, why is Tiki Toby doing the research? That makes no sense. He's only got a learning of 2. We got an Angel of Darkness on that thing. That's how we'll fly through research. You know what? I'll uncheck that and make sure they don't do that job when they come in. Because I want our big brain working on it. Big brain. Yeah, it was a pretty big sand pocket. I've had a lot of sand in here actually. A lot of sand, a lot of algae. I can see a hatch up here. There was a hatch down here too. Oh, I gotta click this. You know what? I should get them to sweep up this food right here right away. Go get that food. They had a hatch die on us, unfortunately. But at least they're good eats. Let's get liquid piping going. I need to get a supercomputer going, but I'm worried about the heat from it because I don't have a decent place to put it that's going to be cold. If I dig up into here, I guess this area appears relatively cold. I could put the computer up top there, but that's going to be really out of the way. This whole top portion is like my ice biome. What about over here? Maybe if I put it over here, I can get it cold enough. That might work. That might work. I just don't like having, like, so here's the thing. The cold biome is really handy, but I find that when you go into the bottom portion of it, because you generate heat in there, more of this, like, polluted ice and stuff melts, and you're just constantly cleaning up polluted ice that's run through your door. Or run into the space that you're trying to work in. So I kind of hate doing that, but we got another, we got a hatch there. I'm going to get this guy out of here, but if I do, he's automatically going to fall, so hold on. This is going to be a little weird, but I'm going to try and get this hatch to fall down this way. No, I can't do that, or they won't be able to walk. There. If I can build that out, then when they dig this hatch out of the ground, maybe we can get them to head down this little step kind of thing. I know, it looks weird, but I'll clean it up afterwards. Do I trust Angela Darkness to be a scientist? Of course I do. She's experimenting on souls all the time. At least I assume that's why she's collecting the souls and not, like, eating them. Gross. An exploit, if you will. Sorry, I must have missed something earlier. The supercomputer doesn't generate a lot of heat. Oh, it used to. Maybe they tweaked it, but it used to be crazy hot. Like, when your duplicant would go to use the supercomputer, and they'd actually scorch themselves on it. Let's do power regulation. Why not? We'll get that underway, and then I really should get that supercomputer built. Brains are more important than beds. That's what I always say. Or something. I don't know if I can trust you, Angel of Darkness, but I do know that in this game, you have the most smarts. So we're going to use that. Faster research. Now, ultimately, when we set up the supercomputer, we're going to need 2 of you to do research anyway. But hey, Stuff and More Stuff, how are you? Jasia Uprising, to do a super chat, there should be a little $ that's at the bottom of the chat window. And if you mouse over it, it should say super chat. You have to click on that. That's how you donate something. Famous last words, yeah. Tell me about it. Plant some bristles next to it. They weigh 400 kilograms and start at 19.8 degrees every single time they plant. Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah, there's a few things in this game that have they always seem to have a static temperature, and I don't know why that is. Is it by design? Is it happenstance? And this little hatch moved out for over. I built this crazy little walkway for that hatch to drop down on when I dug out the ground from underneath him. And wouldn't you know it, he moved to the other side. That's my luck right there. All right, let's get a supercomputer built here. I'm going to set one up temporarily up here. I want to see what kind of heat this thing produces, though. Because it used to be really, really hot. But they might have tweaked it a bit. So let's find out. We'll get that going up there. This guy's having a good snack over here. He's got tons to eat. It's going to be the fattest hatch ever. I'm good stuff. Thanks very much. Can they get to the food? They who? The hatches? Or the duplicants? Oh, infinite heatsink for the plants. Yeah, that's interesting. There's a few things right in the game like that has a real static temperature, and it seems to, like, every time you create it, it has that temperature, so it's kind of handy that way, I guess. Research complete. Man, Angel, you are fast in this research thing, I tell you. All right. Well, we got that whole first branch done, so we're going to have to work on the next branch, I guess. Let's go into the fine dining. We'll get some food, set up stuff in there. I want some planter boxes and things. And actually, I don't even need to do anything there. We got another duplicant. What's it going to be this time? 1, 2, or 3? Gee, Caitlin. Announcer voice, breaking news. CrypticFox is abusing his employees by forcing them to work all day and then sleep on the floor. Will the abuse ever stop? Stay tuned to find out. Absolutely not. Abuse builds character. Or something. Number 1, number 2, number 1. Bed? Who needs beds? Look at all those ones. It looks like ones are winning. Alright. That's a good chunk of numbers. I'm going to go with the 1. Choose a duplicant. Number 1, gastrophobia. Alright, so we got somebody who can't cook, and they're an ugly crier. I love ugly criers. They just make me laugh. And who could be an uglier crier than Iliastar? There we go. And they're an artist, too. Yeah, that actually works out really good. Good picking, guys. Look at that. See that? Random picking for the win. So we actually needed an artist so that they could do some fancy artwork stuff for us. So that's really good. We'll get all this stuff set in here, and Iliastar can be our fancy new artist. All right, I guess I really should make you guys some beds. I mean, stress isn't too super bad, but it doesn't help that I have all this junk on the floor either. Let's get this cleaned up here. Let's get this junk cleaned up here. I think these little hatches, unfortunately, exude... Oh, they give plus decor. Isn't that interesting? I thought they gave negative decor for some reason, but they give plus decor. So if we can create a whole series of pets down here... Ooh, while this is here. Let's do priority 7. Let's get this hatch, if we can. We'll try and get this hatch to drop down here with his buddy. So we get 2 hatches together. They can live in the bedroom. That'll be awesome. They'll have, like, extra decor in the bedroom because they'll have pets. Perfect. Let's cancel this for now. Focus on cleaning up the bedroom area. Okay, now if I can get them to do this here. Oh, good, they can reach it. Excellent. I wasn't sure if they're going to be reached or not, but... Call these people about neglecting the workforce. No, don't form a union. We don't need a duplicant union. Let's dig this one out. You're welcome. Takes credit for voting 3. Perfect. No one will know. Ah, sweet. Okay, we have our 2 little hatches there now, and those guys, because they don't have a place to sleep, they're going to be constant eating machines, which is going to work out good. And we're gasping a bit. So I guess it's about time. Time to start paying attention to oxygen. Man. Gosh. Here I thought oxygen was included in this game. Flagrant false advertising. Let's put an algae deoxidizer just here on this corner. And then if we throw a little wiring on there. Oh! Hold on. I derped that one. There we go. Alright, so that'll give us a decent centralized oxygen thing. We'll kind of fill this main area. And I kind of want to make sure the place that they're going to be sleeping is going to be the place where they have a really good amount of air. Marika the Shadows, welcome to the stream. And yes, only 35 minutes late. You're good. So far, so good. We decided to start a new colony, so I'm actually gonna have to redo the whole description for this thing, I guess, when I put it up as a video, because the description right now does not at all match what we're up to. Research. Oh wow, we finished fine dining quick too. You guys are awesome. I think Angel of Darkness actually did both researches on that one. They did like the plain research table and then ran over and did the other one. What do we want to work on next? Let's work on some power systems. We'll just let Angel of Darkness go crazy and run both computer systems. And that might actually help with the temperature, too, because it won't get a chance to heat up. There we go. Yay. No more wheezing. We've got air. Go us. You want the seed for this one. I don't even know. How do I even see the seed on this thing? Can you see the seed? I have no idea. I don't even know if you can force the game to make a seed. I guess you have to actually save the game, right? And then... like share your save game kind of thing. You can change the name midstream. Lacey does it all the time. The name of the colony or the name of the individual duplicants? Well, EJ, I'm glad you enjoy the game. And actually, it's kind of cool that you got it too. This game is so fun. I don't know what it is about it exactly. I mean, it's not even like, it's not like a super fancy game or anything. Like, it's not... Hold on, what am I doing here space-wise? I'm going to build a whole lot of beds because I know we're going to need them anyway. There we go, leave a little room for some artwork. It's not like this game is like super fancy or anything. It's just something really entertaining about it. I don't know. Let's do some sculptifying with our one lone artist. They're going to be really busy for a bit. Do some paintings in here too. Look at this bedroom. Here you were complaining about not having a place to sleep. Okay, one more night. You got one more night with no sleep. Sorry. Alright, once we get all this done, you'll be living in paradise pretty much. How about some food production? Oh yeah, I guess we might need food. Let's pick up some of this stuff. We might need some food. I'm down to 0 kilocalories. They ate all the food on us. Too busy talking to the chat to pay attention to my food supply. Let's do a little kitchen thing over here. I hate using mush bars, but we'll do that for just the short term here. Bada boop. Until I get some polluted water going, and then I'll try and get an easy little farm going for some meal lice. But I don't really want to do anything fancy this time. I spent a whole bunch of time last time worrying about having like a really fancy farm set up. This time I kind of want to go like plain and simple. Let's get a little ladder up here. These guys are going to be hungry really fast, so somebody better hurry up and build this thing. Worry about beds later. Make food now. Research complete. Just going to double check my jobs and make sure. Yeah, Angel's the crazy frizzy-haired one. They're building. They're building. It's called Oxygen Included, not Don't Starve. They'll be fine. You're right. They can live off the air. It'll be good. And actually, I guess, you know, I might as well just go right into the full-on cooking station. Because we're going to need one of those eventually anyway. Go shabam. I'm going to start running into some power supply needs, though. Now, unfortunately, I'm only using one of the research stations at a time, so that'll kind of conserve the amount of energy I need. But I probably should consider throwing a little tiny battery up here. Oops. Oh, wait, I can make big batteries. big batteries. Man, it's gonna get really warm down here with all these batteries and all these machines. Whatever. The big battery produces the same amount of thermal energy as the small battery, oddly enough. So, might as well go with the big one. Put pressure switches on your oxygenators in sealed rooms, trying to save electricity and algae. Yeah, there's lots of cool little things you can do in this game to kind of tweak your setup and try to min-max the game a little bit and try to get some more efficiency. I'm ultimately going to end up putting an oxygen room just because that's what I like doing, but I'm going to do this one a little bit different this time. Normally, I try to just use a full pumping system to send all the oxygen around, but I think I'm just going to do like a gas permeable floor on this one and just let it push the air downward instead. See how that goes. I'm gonna try and minimize the use of filters if I can, just because they take more power. Build you a barber. I can't build you a barber. They don't have that in this game yet. Although that might be interesting. I wonder whether they'll ultimately have that kind of personalization in the game or not. I wonder. Who knows what lurks in the hearts of clay? Fetching water. All right, we have 2,000 kilocalories. I mean, it's kind of like food. It's, you know, food shaped, sort of. Like a, you know, bar kind of thing. All right, so they got a little bit of decor going on here. That's okay. We've got 3 nice statues. Once we get those paintings up there, then they'll be in good shape. Everything will be good. How's our oxygen doing? It's not great, but it's not atrocious either. I think I saw some oxalate. No, I guess not. For some reason, I thought there was some more oxalate here somewhere. But it looks like I did get it all. So they'll just have to keep using little algae deoxidizer for now. Build Angel of Darkness IRL. How am I going to do that? Air scrubber by the compost. Air scrubber. I don't have that yet. How did I not research that yet? Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't go the sanitation route. That's what I should do. We're going to switch midstream. Blast. How are we doing air-wise? All right. So I think it's going to probably be a good opportunity here to do a little bit of gas permeable flooring. Let's try and make sure that we've got some good airflow through here, particularly for the CO2. We want that to fall as much as possible. If you ever need help, you're the one to go to. Keep it up. Could you sub to me, Fox? You don't have to. Thanks very much for the super chat. That's amazing. $10. $10. Jasia Uprising. Thank you very much. F4, please? Hit F4. What does F4 do? You just want to see the comfort levels? I never use the hotkeys in this game. I have no idea what any of them do. And I'm sure that plenty of people, they're probably just raging at the computer screen when they see me playing this game. I mean, they're generally comfortable in here. Temperature-wise, anyway. For now. At least until we make life miserable for them again. They'll be comfortable. A little vacuum pocket up there. That is an awesome super chat. Thank you very much. Respect your entry. Okay, everyone bow down to Crew 6. I don't know why. Because he says so. Oh, it shows body heat loss, so I see. Well, I mean, it shows like their comfort level, so you can. I mean, they're generally comfortable in here. Anything that's in this gray coloring is neutral, so there's really no gain or loss. You can see that if they go in the water over here, they'll get cold, they'll get warmer down here, but there's really nothing that's really bad temperature wise right now. Everything's just peachy still. Oh, I'm so bad with hotkeys. I really should use them because they just make the game so much easier. I just can't seem to force myself. But we have another duplicant coming in. Duplicant number 6. All right. So for those of you who joined the stream after we started, we're picking every time the printing mod turns on, we're picking a duplicant, and we're picking them randomly. So if you can enter 1, 2, or 3 in the chat, whichever one looks like it's getting the most on a purely non-scientific basis, I'm gonna pick that duplicant without even seeing what it is. Yeah, it is a really fun game, and I think that's, you know, it's funny. Like, you look at a lot of the AAA blockbuster games, and this company is largely an independent company. Caitlin Roberts, there's no number 5. You're like Monty Python. 1, 2, 5, 3 star. Oh yes, 3. So we got 3, 3, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. Crew 6 wants all of them. I'm sorry, we can only take one at a time. Minus 10. Yep, Caitlin, still good at math. All right, we're gonna go with number 3 this time. A mouth breather who's destructive. All right, who's a destructive mouth breather? Who wants their name in the? Who wants their name in here? Oh, you know what? We'll put Jasia in here because they did a super chat as well. Jasia Uprising. Sorry, Jasia, you're kind of a destructive mouth breather, but you'll have fun anyway. Pick the name 9 for this one. You're funny. Research. Okay, so we have our sanitation done. That was fast. Let's get a little air deodorizer over here. Get some control of the stinky gases coming out of the toilets over there. Caitlin's really good at math, apparently. So when we say 1, 2, or 3, what does she pick? Negative 10, because that's good math. Terminator is the name. Come with me if you want to live. Okay, I should probably dig this out. They're not going to appreciate walking in the water, but at least we'll get some of this water to flow down with the rest of it. And I still want to get this over here, too. I just can't be bothered doing a whole lot of prioritizing. Still have a food shortage, only because we have 6,282 kilocalories. That's an odd number. Somebody ate like part of a meal, part of like a mush bar, and then left the other half for somebody else. It's like that person at home who eats something and then puts half of it back in the fridge. They've had a couple little updates, Joey, but nothing that's really changed anything. It's mostly just been tweaks to fix little bugs and stuff. They actually had an update the other day where they had some minor things. I'm going to do a mush fry, I think, just to try and keep people from getting diarrhea. I don't think we have any other materials that we can make anyway. But we'll use the mush fry, so hopefully we don't have everybody running the toilet constantly. I heard a super chat go off, but I don't see it. And another one. I have no idea what's happening there. I don't know if they're just super delayed, and that's entirely possible because sometimes the audio alerts I get on this thing are really delayed, but it sounded like 2 super chats just happened. Did anyone just make one? Because I don't see it. Yeah, Rennick, the timing, unfortunately, for these for my live stream is usually a little bit late for anyone that's in North America because I start generally at 10 p.m. Eastern. So unless you're on like the West Coast or, you know, something like that, or you're just kind of a night owl anyway, unfortunately, it does tend to be a bit of a late stream. Let's get into... Oh, I guess I finished my performance combustion. Yeah, I don't know. That's okay, Ray. I'll go back later and double check just to make sure I didn't miss anything, but I think I'm good. Build the air deodorizer. Well, it's there, but it's just hanging out. I think I'll put up a little poop-smelling dirt for a bit. Actually, I'm surprised nobody's gone and done those things just yet. They're doing everything else but. Really? You're building the ceiling? All right. If they're not going to get to this thing, I'm gonna throw a little priority on it. Do a little priority 6. So when they get up, the first thing they'll do is apparently run to the bathroom. The first thing they'll do when they get up is go and make that air deodorizer. I hate how they can go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and it gives them disturbed sleep. Iliastar with the interrupted sleep. Is it because they have a small bladder or something? No, gastrophobia. They don't even have a small bladder. I don't get it. Stress is going up, but it's only 47%. We can actually clean up a lot of that stress just by cleaning the floor, oddly enough. If we clean up all this junk... Just see it. Yes, you're a dupe. Thank you again for the super chat. That's funny. Yeah, I am making an air deodorizer. It's right here. They just haven't filled it up yet. Set a priority 6 on refilling that so they keep it well stocked. Usually wake up around 4 a.m. That is pretty early. Wow. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is with the, I don't know, maybe a small delay in the super chats. That's okay. Almost spelled poop. One small typo and it would have been a totally different message. If they could clean up the floor, that would be really nice. Help a little bit of the stress anyway. Research complete. Alright, let's maybe do... I should probably build a massage table just so I'm ready to go when they have... When they decide they are super stressed, I probably should have something for them. That way I don't have to do any extra building ahead of time. Or not ahead of time, but like in the moment. Let's throw a little bit of artwork up here. Shabamo! Wait a minute, those are really high. I don't want that. Stop that. Get out of there. I want this height. Ah, I derped it again. There we go. That's quasi-workable. And I'm going to give them some mess tables over here, too, because that will help their stress also. Did SS have polluted O2 from a slime biome all over the place and nothing happened? Yeah, technically you can breathe the polluted air. It doesn't really do anything right now. Your guys will get like little diseases like the spores, but it doesn't really have a negative impact on things so much at the moment. It says it's not breathable or whatever, but actually it doesn't even. I don't think it even says that now. No, it says it's breathable gas. It used to say it was not breathable, but it would say toxic or something. I think is what it said. Oh yeah, it says it's still there. Very toxic. But I mean, they get some little diseases and stuff, but it's not really that bad. I just prefer to keep the clean air. I find it's a little bit more of a challenge to kind of make sure you're maintaining good air quality. So that's kind of what I try to do. I am messy. I'm trying to get them to clean up their room. They just won't do it. Found 7 gas geysers through 80 seconds. That's a lot. The last colony, I was at 100 and, what was it, 190, 185, something like that. And I only found the 1 gas geyser. Mind you, it didn't dig all that far out into the swamp biome either. And that probably makes a little bit of a difference, I think. Apparently stuffing more stuff likes apple cider. Why do you keep getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom? That makes no sense. You keep getting the interrupted sleep debuff because you gotta go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. No sense at all. Let's do another outhouse. And if they would ever dig this up... I want to build another compost bin. Refinement compost. Last time we played, I forgot to build extra compost bins, and then we ended up with a big poop backup. That was not pretty. 189, that's right, yeah. So it's just shy of 190. And I still only found the single gas geyser, but I have a tendency not to really dig out far into the other biomes while I'm playing. Do I ever stream Don't Starve? No, I actually only just got the game recently. The video that I put up today, I think? I scheduled that one, so I think it was today. That's the first time I played the game for recording. I picked it up on the weekend and toyed around with it a little bit. So I would have at least some sense of what I was doing. It wouldn't look like an absolute and painful noob. Instead, it looked like a really complete noob or something. But that's the first I played it, so more to come on that. I am ultimately going to stream it, I think. I'd like to actually stream Don't Starve together a little bit. I think that would be fun. But I'm just not sure of the timing just yet. Lazy one and 6 others are waiting. Yeah, the one produces quite a bit of power because you can run two gas generators off of 1 geyser, right? Yeah, posted today. Okay, good. So a duck walks into a bar and goes to the bartender and says, "You got any grapes?" Bartender says no. For a week straight, something happens. Bartender said, same thing happens. Bartender says, "If you ask again, I'll staple your feet to the floor." Next day, duck comes in and asks the bartender, "Hey, you got any staples?" Bartender says no. The duck asks, "Got any grapes?" Painful. Painful. Another duplicant. Oh my gosh, these guys are coming fast and furious now. We're at number 7. Number 7. What number are we taking for this one? Don't starve together with your viewers? Potentially, it will depend. So the tricky part is if I get too many people in there, I think the game might crash. I don't know how many people it will support. I have to figure that out. But I definitely with a couple people, I think. Number 2 from Little Big. They really prioritize on destroying or deconstructing things. They really do, yeah. When you tell them to deconstruct stuff, they go and take care of that before anything else. And sometimes that's good. It seems to work out in my favor more often than not. Because usually if I tell them I need to break something, then that's really where it is. Caitlin, again with the 6. Come on. All right, we need another random number. So we're going to pick another duplicant. Pick number 1, 2, or 3. We're going to choose that as our duplicant based on the ones we get the most numbers of. Looks like 2 might be in the lead at the moment. Although 6 is quickly gaining ground. Thank you very much for those 6s. You guys are awesome. 2, 2, 1, 2. Oh, there's a 4. 3.14. Oh, you guys are great. All right, so we're gonna pick pi. That's gonna be our duplicant is number pi. All right, it looks like I saw a bunch of 2s there, so let's pick a 2. Ray 6 halves is actually 3, so I'm afraid that doesn't fly. Oh, we got a real winner this time. A destructive biohazard anemic with diver's lungs and interior decorating. Wow, that's some good stuff right there. All right, who wants to be in the colony? 3, 2, 1, go. Who am I picking? Dragon Snake. 5, 6, 6, 6, 7. Pick 2. Well, we already picked 2, so actually there must be still a fairly significant delay between what I'm doing and what you guys are seeing by the looks of it. All right, grizzly bear. This girl looks like a grizzly bear. I think that applies. Print. Duplicate City. All right, so we've got 7 duplicants now in our fancy little ant colony. So I guess probably one of the biggest things I should start to pay attention to is food. Because it's not going to take long before our food starts to become a real factor. Rainbow Bright. You want somebody named Rainbow Bright again? Didn't we have that last time? Maybe it wasn't the last colony I'm thinking of. Maybe it's a different one. But I'm sure we had somebody named Rainbow Bright at one point. So my joke, why do you call the room, what do you call the room to keep your hatches in? The hatchery. But I'm bumped. I just call it the bedroom because that's where everybody sleeps. Let's do some more research, get stuff underway. I'm probably going to need a scrubber soon, so maybe I should pay attention to percolation. And actually, that'll be good for oxygen production too. Good time. Sorry, I gotta mute my mic for 1 second. Hold on. There we go, sorry. So anyone who's in that game where you're going to take a drink every time I have to stop with the mute button, there's your first drink. Food shortage! You're right. I should stop taking duplicants until I stabilize a little bit. However, we're playing a game where I'm taking a duplicant every single time the printing pod turns on. So at some point we'll either crash and burn, or we'll just get past it and manage to stabilize a little bit. Ordinarily, I would be growing crops by this point. However, I'm not. Which is not probably the best thing to do. Let's go down here and look at our food. Let's throw in some aquatic farm tiles here. I know I can't feed them yet. But I'm going to build a whole bunch in here anyway, so we can at least start growing stuff. And that'll give me a chance to make use of fertilizer and air pressure, potentially. No, actually, air pressure is really low right now. So I guess we won't be taking advantage of the air pressure either, but we're going to need a second deoxidizer in here. Based on the number of guys that are in here breathing, we're just not going to get by with the one I have, unfortunately. Ugh, we got a lot on this grid now. We're going to start running into power problems there soon. I need to get up here and start building some power production also. So much to do, so little time. Turn the printer off. That is kind of cheating, isn't it? If you just turn it off, and then we can say it never turned on, so we didn't have to take any. Yeah, you're right. People will start dying soon, but that's okay. That's the way the game rolls. And in all fairness, we've done this before, and it looked like things were going to get really bad for a little while. And it looked like everyone was going to die. And then they didn't. And we pulled through. And we were good. And there was much rejoicing. Research complete. On the plus side, Angel of Darkness is just plowing through the research. Filtration. Advanced power regulation. I think we're going to need some of that soon, so I should probably get that ready. We're going to need a scrubber soon, but I think power is going to be our primary concern. And I don't want to run my power in a place that's going to be too warm, so I kind of want to get it set up out here. And then I can make my backbone run all the way down this wall here and feed the power off in layers out here. So I think that'll work. Wait, did I not choose hydroponic farm tiles? Aquatic farm tiles. You're right. I absolutely did. Thank you for noticing that. That was entirely what I meant to build. There we go. Hydroponic farm tiles. Oh, derpy. I gotta learn how to use the shift key. Things would just go much better if I did. Alright. Yes. What do I want to do here? I feel like power is going to be my primary concern. I think I should really get that underway sooner rather than later. So, let's prioritize digging up here. Let's get this taken care of quickly. And then I'm going to dig out this way. Oh, I hate being right at the bottom like this. Let's make steps. I can walk up the steps into the cold biome. And in this spot right here is where I'm going to throw a little door. I guess I'll throw it there. And then I can actually cancel this one here. Like so. There's going to be a certain amount of like runoff that might come down this door, but we'll see what happens. But I'm going to take care of that up there first, I think. Because I'm definitely going to need power sooner rather than later. And I'll set up a temporary power grid first, and then we'll switch over afterwards and go for something that's going to be a little bit more easily supported. Because I'm going to run a channel all the way down this side over here that will carry my heavy watt wire in it, and then I can use it to branch off. And I can probably actually I can set most of that in motion right now. If I just build, right down this way. And then dig all this out. There we go. Another O2. O2 is not awesome. Strained on food, strained on oxygen. We definitely are going to need to get this going a little bit more smoothly in a very short order. Otherwise, things are going to start to collapse on itself. Don't use the shift key because I can press it in the middle of clicking. Oh, yeah, I know, because I do the same thing. You get in the middle of doing something, and then you just don't click on it. Steam power! Steam power would be cool. I don't even... I mean, we'll have to explore a little bit, but even if we can find, like, a gas geyser, that would be handy. I mean, for right now, we have tons of fresh water, so not worried about, like a steam geyser. However... Okay, I'm going to need them to prioritize this too, because these guys are suffering a little bit for air. And this one also over here. Come on, stop dropping dirt on my stuff. Keep burying all my food in sand. There we go. Not that I had any food, I guess. My food storage is kind of empty. Still half your drink. Ended up with like half a cup of vodka. Ugh. The Deodorizer is there. It's just not doing a lot. It's citrus scented though, apparently. It's loaded. It's not waiting for materials or anything. So they kind of changed stuff around a little bit in with the latest patch. I think they set it up so stuff doesn't run if it doesn't have a purpose for running. So right now there's this is all carbon dioxide. There's not even any polluted air in here for it to be consuming. So CO2 is our big thing right now. Not so much anything else. Make this a little wider. For now, I've been ignoring the CO2 and just letting it kind of all sit down here at the bottom. But at some point in the near future, I'll probably have to set up my scrubber down there to take care of that too. It's buried treasure. They got to dig it up to eat it. That's right. 1 steam geyser, 1 liquid pump, 6 electrolyzers, 6 gas pumps, 6 filters equals 2 kilowatts per second. That's a fair amount. I don't know. Did you remember to turn the gas off? I hope you did. I don't want to hear about anybody's house exploding during my stream. That'd be awful. Awfully funny, but no. I kid. Things are gonna get bad if we get another duplicant in here anytime soon. Bad. What do I want? I guess I want... Man, I'm not really worried about purifying water just yet. Pressure management, I guess, is where I'm going to be looking next. Thermoregulator is not really too big deal there. Insulation, not worried about that just yet. Let's go into pressure management. It'll all be done soon enough anyway. What's going on here? Insufficient resources. Mush bar. Oh, okay. Aw, look, they fell asleep right where they were standing. Wait, Angel's got a bed. Why are you sleeping over there? You're not even narcoleptic. Apparently they have a new friend. Happy to see a new face in the colony. I didn't even realize there was a little buff for that. That's funny. Stress change, minus 10%. So when you bring in duplicants, they actually like it, and they get happy about having new friends. That's so awesome. Dale Fernley, sorry for the gas. Dale, we actually started a new colony, so your crazy hashtag like spike. $50 if we can get 100 likes. Thank you for the super chat, the Langor. That's funny. Yeah, Dale, we started a new colony, so I think if you were the one that had the gassy entombed bed, is it entombed though? It doesn't say it is. Oh, over here it is. You're right. Rat. They never tackle the stuff I want them to on their own. You're right. I noticed I spotted the entombed bed there, so I got that taken care of. They'll sleep anywhere, those guys. All right, let's do party 6 up here. Get that door made. So out here, I was kind of wanting to use mesh tile so that the liquid that drops through would just kind of go right through the floor. But I apparently don't have the research for that finished yet. Actually, where is that in the research chain? Oh, it's in the med bay. Let's tackle that there. I want that mesh flooring because I want the liquid that melts up here just to fall through. I don't want it to kind of pool on top. Hate that. Drives me nuts. Downright buggy. We got cookie mush bars. Diary has been disabled at the moment. It has. Well, on that note, eat the mush bars straight. Enjoy the non-poops, everyone. Okay, I gotta be careful about how far I dig over here because I'm gonna do this crazy channel thing here to do my power supply. And I need enough room in here. I think it's 3 across to be able to do my little transformer thing. Why not make a bunch of manual generators? Well, I'm not really lacking for a lot of power just yet. I'm setting up the coal power generator up here because I want something that's going to be a longer term consistent power supply. Although you're right, with all the duplicants I'm getting, manual generators might actually be a good option. All right, so we have another duplicant coming in. This will be duplicant number 8. I don't know how we're going to feed them, but pick a number between 1 and 3. That's the random duplicant we're going to take out of here without looking. We'll see whatever we get is what we get. Every cent worth, yeah. 4 more likes. 4 more years. 4 more years. 2, we got 2 2s. 1, 2, or 3, everyone. I'll pick a random duplicate. We got a 1. So far, 2s are in the lead with all 3 votes. Whew, you guys super active this time. 3 2s, another 1. 4 4 4, 4 4 4 4. I'm not even going to dial that number. I know it's fake. You can't fool me. Whole bunch of 1s, 3s. Food, food, food. 4s, 8. Oh, good job, Ix. 3 2 2 3 3 3 3. I think 3s are winning. We got 3s on this one. Choose a duplicate number 3. Oh, we got a mouth breathing binge eater. Iron gut and interior decor. So that's exactly what we need. Somebody to eat more of our food when we're already running in a place where we don't have a ton of food. That sounds perfect. Just amazing. Who wants to be named in here? What am I naming this duplicate? 4 equals no dupe. That's funny. Who are we going to name this guy? What are we naming this duplicant? So we've got, this is a level 6 artist, 6 creativity, 1 strength. They're a mouth eater. They have terrible food expectation, and they're a binge eater. 3 is a lie. Stuff and more stuff. We can't pick 666. Alright, let's go with Cat's Cradle 22. Perfect. Print. We have another duplicant. Yay! Boo! Alright, we're still running a little short on food, but that's okay. We're okay. They can still breathe. That's probably, that's kind of priority number 1 in the game. I guess it's called Oxygen Not Included. Research should be done relatively quick because Angel of Darkness is super fast, so hopefully they'll get that knocked out. We'll get that mesh flooring going. And then we'll get some more consistent power in here. I'm going to do the scrubber down bottom, I guess. I should probably, well, whenever this mesh tile gets made, I'll make a mesh floor down here. We'll put our scrubber right down here. This water level is going to fall a little bit when I dig this out, though, so I don't want it to be too high above the water line. Otherwise I'll end up in a place where it's sitting, like, above the gases, and I don't really want that so much. You cat lover. What are you talking about? Need a second musher to get on track. Maybe. They're holding their own so far. Actually, what I really ought to do is prioritize... Let's just prioritize everything. Everything's priority. Do it all. Now. For me. Instantly. I'm going to prioritize our hydroponic farms down here just so we can get some seeds planted. Now, these aren't going to be... well, actually, I wonder, can I get in here quickly enough to do a little water pump? I think I can. So, let's do a little priority in here. This is probably very foolish of me. Let's prioritize all this. And we'll get a little door in here. Like so. We'll dig out here. And then we'll throw a little gas... Well, actually, we can do a little ladder in here, I guess. Do a little ladder down here, and then we can build a pump at the bottom. Then I'll pump out the polluted water down here into our fancy little hydroponic farm business. Caitlin Roberts, make Ray the next dupe. She's dying to have one. Thanks, Caitlin. I appreciate the super chat. Why the new game? I don't know. We just kind of voted on it at the beginning of the stream. We sort of decided that everyone wanted to see a new colony built out. We hadn't played the last one in a couple weeks, so that's why we started a new one. No real science to it, unfortunately. Steam Geyser. Did you see one? Ooh, there is one. Yeah, just hiding just out of sight over there. Caitlin Roberts lies. I'm sorry, she paid for that lie. We do have mealwood seeds in here. I'm going to plant these anyway. I really shouldn't be planting these until I have a little bit better conditions to grow them in. But I want to get the food supply at least flowing in some way, because right now, it's not really... Mush bars are, they're okay for the moment, but they're not really going to cut it over the long term. Give to me all the foods. Oh, no, that isn't that silly. I prioritized the digging, and I didn't prioritize the floor, so they can't actually get over there to do the digging. Go me. We have a little bit of food. We have 1,000 kilocalories. That's a whole mush bar. They could divide that up at least 8 ways. It's like chopping up a chocolate bar. I mean, not that anyone ever does that, but... Lag! Oh, that's no good. Maybe this one will do better than the last. I don't know. The last one lasted to 189 cycles, and it could have kept going. Top left needs another tile next to the ladder, or they're going to have no access. Yeah, they've got this one little block here that they're kind of running across. Do one more tile there. Colony lifts on mush bar for about 100 cycles or so. Yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. Mealwood does go pretty far, but it grows even farther if you actually make a point of growing it properly so that you can get a decent yield off it, because then you get seeds and stuff, and then it can go on infinitely, but... My biggest issue down here is going to be, I think, the air pressure. I've got this little layer of carbon dioxide sitting on here that's not going to do me any favors. another hatch? Everybody's running away. Oh, they did. Hello, little guy. Another little poop machine. Oh, there's a bristle blossom on there. That's why they keep jumping over this thing. Just take that thing up. Come on. Where's your royal bed and steak? Well, there was a steak down here somewhere. There was a hatch that fell in the water and drowned, and then we had a big chunk of meat. So we could pretend you ate that one. Just saying. Planting them self-regulates meal wood temp. So the biggest issue here is just going to be the air pressure. I mean, the O2 pressure is... it's not awesome. I'm going to need to deal with the air pressure soon. It's enough that the duplicants can breathe, but it's not really good for growing plants. They all just kind of stifle. I actually have a lot of dead space in here right now. Needs more airs. Can't boot your computer. That's no good. Research complete. All right, so I have my little mesh tiles now, I guess. So down here, I'm gonna start to deal a little bit with this carbon dioxide. It's not in really high concentrations, however, it's kind of a nuisance. So we're gonna go this way. Put a little ladder down here too. They're not gonna be too happy with me, unfortunately, for sending them down here to do all this nasty business. But they can suck it up. Their stress is only at 15%. I haven't even had to use a massage table yet. We built that just preemptively. Pretend it's a lie. You must have a steak. No, this is like the Matrix. This is like a brain steak. It's not really a real steak. Check the fans and boys. Once you're 100% sure of sleep wheat. Yeah, sleep wheat is definitely the way to go. I just have to try and... I gotta dig up to a place here where I can actually get my hands on some. So there's a bunch of sleep wheat up here, I guess. I can head up there and grab some. Out here, I'm gonna do mesh tile. We'll dig all this junk out. Dig all this. Some more mesh tile out here. They're really taking their time with this stuff over here. Why is that? I just told them to build this, and they're already doing that, but they haven't dug this out yet. They haven't dug this out yet. Did I prioritize that funny? No, that's all 5. It's so weird. They just can't decide what they're going to do. I tell them what to do. That's all they do. They just do random stuff on me. 48 more likes. Matrix is a lie. It's not a lie. It's just a creative retelling of the truth. And it was Caitlin that stole your cookies. Okay, they've almost got this dug low enough that I can do my little water pump down there. Let's do a little air scrubber on here. Oh, and actually, I can send the polluted water from my air scrubber up into my hydroponic farm, so I'll get a little bit of polluted water out of it. Not really enough to do anything significant. However, it's better than a kick in the pants, I guess. Let's dig that out. Probably not while they're standing on it. Default priority is deconstruct, then build, then dig. Yeah, pretty much. But even still, I told them to build over here. And technically, they should have been digging in here first. So I don't know. It's a little weird. It's okay. It's okay. Best intro to philosophy class you've ever watched. That's funny. Open the interlock doors so they can dig. They is that the issue? Can they not? No, they can reach. What about this one over here? They should be able to reach here too, but oh, you know what? Maybe not. Hold on. Open. I think that might be just a little bit buggy. You're probably right. We're gonna need power. So we'll take our strained power grid and we'll add a little more strain to it. Because, you know, why not? Let's go to our plumbing. We're gonna need some liquid piping. Because we'll need an input pipe down here for our pump. Which they still haven't dug out the space for yet for me. Good job, guys. This pipe can go up here. We'll feed it right into this. I don't even know why I'm going all the way across, because it's definitely not going to reach the whole way. The amount of water, the dirty water that comes into this is so little that it's only going to feed maybe this first hydroponic farm. Oh no, another duplicant! Oh, okay, we're at number 9. Number 9. All right, so same as before, we're going to choose a random duplicant every time the printing pod turns on. And the way we're going to do it randomly is all of you, if you can put 1, 2, or 3 in the chat, then we're going to pick whichever number I see happening most frequently by a serious scientific discussion of looking at the numbers and just guessing. We're going to pick that duplicant out of the printing pod, and that'll be the one we bring in, and we'll name it after somebody that's in the chat. So we got a 1, and we got a 2... Greg, you can't vote twice. 4 equals no cup. We don't have any cups. We're fine. 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. Oh, it's looking very close between 1 and 2 right now. The Lion Guard is going at 4. No, we're going to take 1 every single time until this whole place implodes. We're going to name this place well. It'll be space junk because it just collapses into a pile of space junk. Oh, Ray. Poor, poor Ray. Let's see. I'm gonna go with. I see quite a bit of 1s in there this time. We're gonna go with number 1 this time. So duplicant number 1, irritable bowel, binge eater. Oh, Ray. Ray, I'm so sorry. You're balding. You have an irritable bowel and you're a binge eater. Oh, welcome to the colony. Can you dupe Furia? Sorry, Ray, you're in the colony. Caitlin paid for the privilege. Okay, let's get this dugout down here, because I really want to get this little water thing going down here, get some of the CO2 cleaned up. Not that it's really that... Again, the concentration is not that high, but it is growing. At some point, that will become a problem. I'd rather keep it to a place where if I have an issue where my oxygen level drops, the CO2 doesn't just expand upward and consume my whole colony. So I want to get it dealt with sort of sooner rather than later. They did finally get it over here, but they haven't dug that out yet. I wonder how long it's going to take them, because they're just not getting around to that at all. Oh, we're actually going to need more beds, too. I guess I should prioritize building in here so that I can get some more beds in place. More beds! Give to me the beds. Let's make some graves in anticipation. Thank you for the vote of confidence, the Moon Hunter. Nobody's dead yet. Nobody's dead yet. We're good. We're good. Yeah, my power grid is a little thin right now, but there isn't really that much running on it, all things considered. So... I have my 2 algae deoxidizers. Actually, it's already stressed. So up here is where I'm going to build my next power supply. Wait a minute. Who's entombed? What? No. No. How did you even get in there? That... you jumped in the hole, and you built the block on your own head, didn't you? Ray... There's no leaving the colony this way. You're just not allowed. Somebody go dig Ray out. You just got in here, and you're already just determined to kill yourself off. Excellent work. There's always one. There's always one. Poor, poor little insane duplicants. Oh, look at all these poor stifling plants. Ugh, that's so messy. It's all that CO2. It's low pressure CO2 sitting there. Our calories are climbing, so our food is no longer the issue. Now oxygen is really going to be our challenge. And in part because our power supply is an issue, so I'm going to need to do another little power wheel generator. Let's get another monkey wheel going. Now the issue is going to be that we're kind of overloading this power grid, but I'm going to clean that up as soon as we can get some power set up over here. Let it be. We're not letting you be. No. You stay. Gold star for trying, redupe. It was a good idiot. Sorry. Reading this chat. What an idiot, Ray, he says. But no, it's that duplicant. Duplicants, they just don't listen. They're so crazy. He's so crazy. I can reach this. Can we get that dirt out of there? Get a little water flow. Okay, so we have this done at least finally, so we can go down here. We'll throw a liquid pump down here. This is not going to do good things for my power grid. However, even a little bit of intermittent usage down here will give me a little bit of a benefit in terms of getting rid of some of that CO2. Up here, let's throw a coal generator in here right away. We're going to need heavy watt wire for this. It's not gonna do good. This is not going to do good things for my decor, but alright, so in here, if we go in here, we can open this door. Once that's open, I think I can run the heavy watt wire right through the open door. But we'll find out in a second. We do have a pseudocidal dupe on our hands. It's not fair. They just got in here, and they're already like, that's it, I'm checking out. No, you can't do that. Of course you can't. Why would you want to be able to do that? Let's just deconstruct this thing. Deconstruct my door. It's so weird that you can't do it through an open door. So, with the heavy watt wire, you can lay the wire down and then put a door on top of it. But you can't do... You can't just open the door. See, that works. And the wire will pass through it. But you can't pass the wire through the door when it's there. And even if you open the door, you can't pass the wire through. It makes no sense. No sense at all. It's all kinds of crazy. Let's get some more of this wire down here. Where do I want this to run? I guess I can just run it right down the inside of the ladder. So this will be my main power wall here. And then I'm going to branch this off at different levels in order to supply the power that I want by using the little transformers. So throw a little tile in here. Actually, I guess we can do tile all the way across. No, actually, I don't want tile over. I should probably do gas permeable tiles in here. So let's cancel that. Do gas permeable tiles in here. Just so the air kind of flows up and down. Not that, I mean, it's pretty much going to be a CO2 in this little channel down here anyway, but... we do have some polluted water now feeding into this tile, so it's actually getting a little bit of irrigation, though it's not going to be a ton. This will clean up our CO2 issue down below. That seems to be going okay. The big thing is I just want to get the CO2 that's off of this crop plot here so that we can actually get some growth out of it. And I forgot this door was open, and we have a little bit of a flood. Go me. Let's put this on auto now. Now that we've let all that wonderful stinky air in. At least it's good pressure. 1,000 grams of polluted O2, and actually, in a funny way, having these deodorizers here are going to actually create a better oxygen supply for my colony. It's messy, but it'll work. Once they get this built in here anyway. Maybe algae terrariums to help with CO2. I don't... Yeah, I mean, I could, but I don't like using the algae for that. I'd rather use the algae to produce oxygen. And I don't find that the algae terrariums really produce all that much. Let's throw a little mesh tile here. Is that where I want it? Yeah. Once they build that, they can actually get across here and they dig some of this out. Our algae is not in the worst position. We're almost 4,700 kilograms, so it could be worse. This is working hard to produce a little bit of O2 out of this wonderful polluted oxygen, so that's good. Some stinky air over here, but that's not so bad. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. How's our power production going over here? This has started. That's good. Good, good, good. Okay, so on this floor, we need to dig all this out too. We're going to do tile over here. And then we're going to need some doors. Oh, I haven't done my mechanized airlocks yet. Where am I in my research chain? There we go. Pressure management. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So I'm going to do the mechanized airlocks just because they go a lot faster when you go through them, even when they're not powered, which makes no sense to me, but it works, so whatever. Let's get another air scrubber over here because we got some gross air in this region also. I'm so happy I'm not sick anymore too, Kazi. Thanks very much. We can get back and do a little more streaming of some ARC, doing some recording and stuff. That'll be good. Still a little congested, bit of a cough, but otherwise I'm pretty well on the mend now, so that's good. And I haven't choked to death yet on the stream, so yay! Double win. Does all the plants get polluted water? Your plumbing setup has been proven buggy. It's proven buggy? I don't know what you're talking about. No, so not all the plants require polluted water. So the ones that require polluted water are the meal lice and the pinch of pepper plant. However, the bristle blossom uses fresh water. You just couldn't handle all the whining. Oh, you're a fine one to talk about whining, mister. Look who killed my dinosaur. Needs 2 airlock doors to contain the gas. Well, I'm not actually too worried about containing the gas, because if it comes in here, I'm scrubbing it and turning it into breathable air. So it's actually helping to oxygenate my colony. So I'm not super worried about that. Dig, dig, dig. Dig all this out. Let's do another gas permeable tile here, and we'll dig out. Just make a tile here, I guess. Okay, so this is going to give us more room for beds, which I'm probably going to need to avail myself of. Ooh, look at all the mess I have in here, too. These guys are not going to be happy with me soon. They're already at 45% stress. Let's sweep up what's in here, so at least when they go to bed, they get a little bit more stress relief, because they don't like messes. Grizzly Bear, we don't have Alex the camel, but we do have Alice the camel. I wanted to join you on an anti-cryptic rid. Was forced to join to Ani. Oh, no. That's no good. Oh, we got quite a pool of water building up down here. This thing is going and it's not feeding anything. How about we disable that for now? Save my coal. It's not even connected to anything. It's producing power. I hate that. What I need to do is build a big battery farm out here, too. So at least when it does run, I'm making use of the power. You're leaving me for Kazi. Yes, he would. You don't know Kazi very well. Fleeing. Yeah, no, I know. I knew that the scrubber wasn't going to reach all the blocks. It's already in a place where it's not sitting in the not sitting in CO2 anymore. The nice thing is they've changed it now so that the air scrubber doesn't run when it's not sitting in CO2, so you don't use power and you don't use up water and stuff also. So it's cleaned up all the CO2 really nicely, but the trouble now is that I need that plumbing in there to get and actually it was the plumbing over here I intended to do to feed this mealwood farm and get it a little bit better in terms of hydration. All right, so we have another duplicant coming in. This is going to be duplicant number 10 already. Can't believe we're at 10. So pick a random number between 1, 2, and 3. That's the random duplicant we're going to select out of this printing pod. We'll bring them in. Kazi is the handsome one. What? Oh, Kazi. Put a light above your algae terrarium. Yeah, I don't know. I just find that the algae terrarium is not terribly efficient. And even with the light, it's just not that good. You end up, you produce heat off the light, you suck up power with the light. I don't know. I'd rather just use the air scrubber. It seems to work really efficiently for me. I'm seeing a whole bunch of 3s. Whole bunch of 3s. All right, we're gonna go with 3. Choose a duplicate. Oh, we got a yokel, Twinkle Toes, and he's a vomiter. So, actually, all things considered, this is really not a bad person to have. What are we going to name this one? Who wants to be in the colony? Can you get your grave? Ah, the Moon Hunter, you're funny. All right, EJ, I think you actually asked earlier, and I missed you. So we'll go EJ Fulsh. I have no idea if that's how you pronounce it. Apologize if I butchered it. All right, there we go. Duplicate number 10. I'm going to need more beds. More beds. Gives me the furnitures. All right, so we can do 1, 2 beds, and that should leave... No, that won't leave enough. I have to do 2 of them close together, because in here, I'm actually going to have a wall. And then for our power here, we're going to set up a little power transformer right there. Right there. We do the same thing actually down below here. So we're going to do another wall here. And the only reason I'm doing this is to kind of block off the negative decor. So we'll keep it kind of in this little channel. And we'll do another power transformer here. You can name Ray EJ. All right, I'm going to rename you Ray since you really don't want to be in here. Even though Caitlin gave a super chat to ensure that you would be in there. My gosh. But we'll rename you. Who wants to be in the colony since Ray does not want to be here? Ray is convinced that I'm going to kill Ray off. So we're going to get rid of Ray. Who wants to be in here? Who? Let me see. Starwall. I see Starwall wants to be in here. There we go. Ray has been renamed to Starwall. Congratulations, Ray. You're out of the colony. You've been evicted. Your bed is going to a different duplicant. Or the same one with a different name. Whatever. Ray's been sleeping on the ground the whole time. I feel like that's appropriate somehow. I feel like it's appropriate. Oh, Rennick. Yes. I'll maybe name one after you next time. You would. I wouldn't. Who wants to be a suicidal dupe? That's pretty much the question. Okay, so... Where's my power? Oops, I was already in the power. Duh. Alright, so we're gonna go over here, and... Oh, they didn't build it inside the door. They built the door first. Oh, come on. Deconstruct. They're killing me. They just don't want to do what I want. Break the door. To get rid of the negative decor, you should put priority 6 on storage boxes. Dupes will collect anything. Yeah, they pretty much will. On their free time, they will. The only thing is I don't want them to prioritize it necessarily over top of other activity that's maybe more valuable. Let's do priority 6 on this thing. I normally prioritize the storage boxes for 6, but Alright, so they got that finally taken care of. Let's get a door in here now. Please tell me they didn't fix this in the bug fix. That you can know if you can't go through doors anymore, that'd be really irritating. They'll have to do wire bridge, and that's always a pain. You need a battery in front of your power transformer so there's no minor problems. Go. Survey says jackpot. Alright, good. Okay, so we have that now. So what I'm going to do is actually set up the power grid in here so that it's broken up by layers. So this one will power that layer. And this one will power this layer. I can deconstruct the wires that are in here. And I can build a little heavy watt wire over here. And then we're Bob's Jorkle. Actually, what I should do is cancel this for now. Because they like to prioritize breaking things before building things. So with my luck, they'll break the wire, and then they'll take like 30 minutes to get around to actually building the wire that I want them to. But at any rate, that'll give me a decent power supply out here from my coal generator. And that should actually resolve pretty much all my power overload issues. Prioritize all this. Build for me, minions. Build! Poor Hatch. It had some food. Got separated from its friend. Oh, it did? Oh, I didn't even notice. Alright. That's no good. We need to break down the wall. Break the wall, let the hatch through, and then we'll rebuild. Alright, now rebuild. With my luck, these guys are they're gonna run back out that opening before I can get it rebuilt, though. Come on, quick. Fast. No, don't. Oh, you rotten. Sorry about that. It would just... Of course that's what happened. It would never happen any other way. I should just put a door there. What's the negative decor effect on a door? Ugh, negative 10. I don't want that. Not in the living quarters. I think the trouble is there's food over here, so they're coming over to grab it. Maybe if I swept up that food, they'd stop going over there to eat it. Got some intense negative decor coming through that little gap in the wall, though. So whoever's sleeping in this end bed... Who is this? Starwall. Sorry, Starwall. You got the worst bed in the house. Starwall, the formerly Jay. Sorry, the formerly Ray. Alright, let's rebuild this, please. Priority 9, if we can. Just make the wall before the hatch goes back through. That's all I'm looking for. And nope. Cancel the lower one. Now build the lower one. Do it fast. There we go. All right, we got the hatch in the right place now. Jeez. These guys are a lot of work. It's like taking care of pets or something. Well, what I was trying to do actually with the too high wall was I was thinking that someone might have to pass through it. I don't know why I did that. But you're right. I could have just broken the one, the one high wall. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I'm mildly retarded, I swear. All right. Let's do a little bit more gas permeable tile in here. I want to get some more of the CO2 filtering down. Ooh, our food bin ration box is full. This can get turned. Actually, do I have enough, all my wire connections now? I do. I've got wires. Go me. Okay, hold on. Deconstruct wires in here. Let's get rid of these so we can separate the two parts of our grid. And then this can turn on. Enable building. Victory. Nice. All right, so that'll give me. It actually gives me a manual generator on each of the two grids too, so that'll kind of add like a little bit of overflow power, so we don't have any issues that way. Later on, I'll actually extend down here a little bit farther, and we'll send some wire through here so we can power things at the lower end off of their own separate grid also. But right now, it's not really necessary. What have I got drawing on this? I've got. No, it's actually not that much. It's showing that the wire's under strain, but it's not really. I mean, if you look in here, it's showing 360 watts of 780 max. So it's not actually under strain. It's just showing that it's actually getting use. Shadowkill, you might be right. Nate, I knew you were gonna pipe in on that. Just another one for the quote book on Discord. Yeah, the line guard's not joking. In a past stream, they actually donated $100 in a super chat. Crazy, blow my mind. Need a battery pointed at your whole entire strain, which is left. Huh? No battery on the top grid. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I want to get some... What's my temperatures in here? Things are going to get really chilly up here really soon. I probably should switch this over to insulated tile. And then on this top floor up here, I'm going to have to build more beds because we've only got 10 duplicants so far. We're going to have like a whole other row of beds up here soon. Let's get a mechanized airlock in here. And we'll use... Wait a minute. Do I not have insulated tiles yet? Have I not researched those? Am I that behind? I am. I am. Do my homework. Yeah, there's kind of a whole lot I gotta do. Need batteries on the top grid. Yep, I know. I know, it's all good. I mean, the batteries really aren't that critical. Except that when this runs out of power, they have to go refill it, which I probably should set this priority 6. When they have to go refill this thing, it does, you're right, there is like a gap in, there's an opportunity there. But these things aren't lacking for power. It's just that there's not something that's maintaining an even flow of power by having the batteries set up there. Whereas this one's got 2 batteries in the lower grid, which kind of helps balance it out. Hashtag LexBike. 75 for 50 bucks. Thank you for the super chat, Lion Gore. Ooh, da la da la. Doesn't strain mean not enough power supply. No, not really. All it really means is it's more about the load that's on the wire. So in this case here, this transformer's able to send power down this way, but we've also got 400 watts to be produced off of here. The strain is more like the relationship of the amount of power that's going through the line relative to the circuit potential. So this circuit has a maximum of 780 watts worth of things that are connected to it. It's a little bit buggy right now. For some reason, whenever something goes through the transformer, you get that funny little gap, but... Like this one right here, the pump's not running, and neither is the air scrubber. So this one's only really running the research station and the oxygen right now, but it's all coming off the battery. It's not coming off the transformer. What benefit is there to use the mechanized airlock as opposed to manual? It's just faster. You don't even have to plug it in, and it's faster. So the door opens and shuts more quickly, and your guys spend less time standing in front of it. That's really it. It's not really a big deal. I just find that it's more convenient. All right, so that's all running okay. What do we got to work on now? What's my O2? O2's not bad, but our algae's getting low. So I probably should focus next on making an oxygen room. And where's our temperature overlay? We got plenty of cold up here, so I think I'm gonna build my temperature room up top. Oh, another duplicant. Duplicant number 11. 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 10 beds. We're gonna have to build a new bed for this one. Duplicant number 11 is coming in. We've got about 15 minutes left on the stream. So I want to try and get that oxygen room started. But in the meantime, if you can throw in a vote for who you think. Oh, what did I do here with the wiring? That was crazy. Deconstruct wires. No, cancel. Throw in a vote 1, 2, or 3 for which random duplicant you think we should take from the printing pod this time. Deconstruct wires. That's what I want. There we go. All right, we had a lot of 2s again. Actually, Grizzly Bear. Most of those 2s are you. Whole bunch of 1s. Bunch of 1s. All right, we're gonna take 1s. We're going 1 again. Scaredy Cat, Buff, and Grease Monkey. We got a Vomiter again. And fortunately, they have terrible food quality expectations, which I like. I like that they have terrible food quality expectations. Shadow Kill 338. Print. Yay! Duplicate number 11. It's getting a little crowded in here. It's only a small colony. We got 11 people in it already. That's not awesome. Oh, they're eating food they hate too. Isn't that great? Chow down on that mush bar. Ice Mine only works for refrigerated food if it's under 0. Yeah, well, there's a couple of options with the, well, actually, I used up all my CO2, so I don't even have that. I could build a little CO2 pocket down here, so that as the CO2 falls, it will fill it up and we can store food in that. That's probably going to be my best option at the moment, I think. Let's go this route. It's going to look a little weird, I admit. We'll deconstruct here. And we'll build a ladder here. No, deconstruct. Oh, there we go. Build a ladder over here too. So I'm gonna let some CO2 build up in this little pocket down here, which that was terrible. What did I do that for? I just completely blocked off my air scrubber. Eh, well, whatever. It'll spill over. I'm gonna build a little CO2 pocket there, and then we'll let that fill up with CO2. And then I can use that. These guys stranded themselves. Come on. Let's get to this quickly, please. Hold your breath, everyone. You can make it. Or you can just dig out over here. That would work, too. Why don't I use a webcam like a lot of streamers? I don't know. For one, I don't have one. I suppose I could get one if I really wanted to, but I've not really been a huge fan of having a webcam. It kind of requires a lot of extra prep, extra editing, that kind of stuff. So I've just kind of defaulted to just sort of recording and not using the webcam. I've actually found that it's also a little bit polarizing. Some people really like the webcam and some people don't. Need gas permeable tiles under the beds. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, a little bit. You're right. Let's do some gas permeable tiles over here. It's not good for decor, but it is good for gas movement. We got this little wall here with like a little gap at the top and nothing in it. That door is perfect. No problems with that door. All right. I meant to set up this water over here and I didn't get to it. Set a little pump in here. It's just a little pump. It's still good. It's still good. Let's do some tile. So trick away, make Ix a dupe. At least Ix wants to be one. Well, that's true. How about that? Face for radio. Thanks, Nate. I appreciate that. Mind you, I did say it myself. So Can't really hold you to blame too much there. Thanks, chat, Diddy William. Yeah, I don't know. I think that a lot of times the face cam is just kind of a distraction for the game anyway. I don't know. Like I said, different people like different things. For the most part, I don't seek out streamers that are using face cam. I'm not opposed to it, but it's just not something I've done myself. Give to me your CO2s, everyone. Fill this thing up. It's going to take a little bit. But when this is full of CO2, then we can just put some little food storage things in there, and then those will be sterilized. I don't want any food spoiling. Now, mind you, I only have 62,000 kilocalories, so it's not like they're, like, sitting on top of ridiculous amounts of food. But there is some that's actually... That's a rotten mush bar there. Can we mop that up? No, we can't. Can I sweep that up? Yes, we can. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's cool, Phobos. Actually, a lot of people have asked why I don't use the cam, and you're right, there are a lot of streamers that do. It's just not something that I've done. Do I have, yeah, I guess I did harvest a little bit of lice, didn't I? Look at that, they're moving up in the world. They're going from mushy mud bars made with, like, mud and water up to wonderful little loaves of food made out of squirmy white sticky bugs. Enlarge the CO2 to the right sides. Yeah, yeah. I probably should have just built it over here in the first place, where all the CO2 already is. Take this out here. My little scrubber is sitting down there, just doing nothing. Sitting idle. On the plus side, it doesn't use power anymore. It used to just run constantly, and now it doesn't. So that's good. Happy about that. Let's throw some food storage containers down here right away, since I know I'm going to need them anyway. He's already making like lice loaves and just like sitting them on the ground, because the food storage container down here is already full. Don't forget to turn off eating meal lice. Where are we here? Boom. Boom, Bob's Jungle. There we go. I mean, now that's going to matter. I mean, the lice loaf is only a few steps up on the bar, on the load here. But actually, that should help a little bit with some of their stress, too, even. But if I could get some water down here... Oh, there we go. I finally got that set up. Let's get some water, a little bit of power running in here. And then we can get some plumbing going in here. Where's my plumbing? Here's my plumbing. This won't be the prettiest looking thing, but as long as it does the job. Down the stairwell. Into the garden. So that'll be good. We'll get a little bit of irrigation going in there. We'll get a little bit better yield out of this stuff, because the meal ice we're getting out of it isn't awesome. It's the ideal temperature. Air pressure is on the low side, so we gotta get that air pressure up too, because that's not really sitting perfectly where we want it. And we only have one more research left to go, and then we can get rid of these things. Not bad for a good start to the colony. And you guys thought they were gonna die. Everyone's like, no, stop taking duplicates, they're all gonna die. I missed a dupe not eating lice. I did? Oh, you're right, I did. Caitlin Roberts was gonna continue eating lice. Sticky bugs. Yum. Loaf bar doubles the calories, yeah. I mean, it uses up a bunch of... It ends up like an extra 500 kilocalories or something per bar, as opposed to just eating them straight. Caitlin will still eat your white squishy squishies. Nasty. You accidentally unsubbed a while ago and then subbed again. Oh. I think you just wanted to see your name pop up at the top of the stream. Is that what really happened? It's okay, you can tell me. I won't tell anyone. Chat Daddy, I'm not... There's been a few people actually that have said that they put on my streams at night when they want to go to sleep. I'm not entirely sure whether I should be insulted by that or not. I've heard that my voice is very soothing, but obviously it can't be all that super exciting if you can fall asleep while listening to it. These are all unrefrigerated, but they are in sterile atmosphere already, even though we only have a thin little layer of CO2 in there, so that's good. Oh, geez, it's a little more than thin. Man, these things are not... These algae deoxidizers are not keeping up today. I have more duplicants in here than I would normally have. Carrying a heavier load. Let's dig this out. Get some more algae out of here, I guess. Make sure we keep a good supply of it for now, since that's my primary source of oxygen. Although I really do want to switch over, and we'll start pumping fresh water upward, and we'll have a little oxygen room up top here. Which I should probably get started on now. Oh, yes, derpy ladder. Derpy ladder for the win. Alright, so they can dig 2 on each side. Oh, I'm going to get a big sand drop here again. Bah. Oh, I should say I was going to streaming because the 20 minutes you mentioned passed. Normally I stream until about midnight Eastern time, but I'll probably do maybe a little bit longer. We'll see. Depends how far... I'd kind of like to get this oxygen room going so we have a little bit more stable oxygen supply in here. I mean, this is not great, but it's also not the worst either. We have sterile food supply, and actually, this thing needs to get destroyed now. So these all need to be set at 7. So they can transfer all that over. And then I'll set them back to a 6, because I don't want them to prioritize picking up the food over top of something else that I'm trying to get them to rush on. But I want to get rid of this ration box. So let's destroy this thing. And then we'll set this at a 6. And just copy it over there. Perfect. So now they'll pick up the food as a matter of priority, so it doesn't sit on the floor. But if I prioritize something that I really want them to work on at a 7, then they won't choose to go pick up food instead of doing that task. So I'm okay with that. Let's do some more storage compactors in here. More storage. Colony's doing surprisingly good. I don't know about surprising. Everybody else is surprised, but I'm not super. Never got the appeal of Markiplier. Well, I guess everybody's a little bit different. I mean, people look for different things from different streams. I like watching Markiplier. But you're right, it is a very... I do have a very different style from what he uses, but like I said, a little something for everyone. Alright. Let's get... I'm going to use gas permeable tiles at the bottom of this thing. Normally, I actually just do everything off of straight ventilation piping. But this time, I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm going to build my oxygen room and let most of the air pressure push its way down, and then we'll just pump some of it out. So I save a little bit of energy on the pumping and the filtering and all that kind of stuff. Cut a few of the farm tiles so the CO2 can fall under the farm. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. There's just this little pocket that hangs out in here, so you're right. I probably should nuke something in the middle here, so we can give them a chance to kind of drop through. So if we deconstruct this one and throw a gas permeable tile in its place, then that'll let some of that gas pass through. Now, you know what? Maybe we'll do 2 wide. Deconstruct this one too. Because reality is the plants aren't growing all that well in that space anyway because of the CO2 that keeps stifling it. The real issue here is that my air pressure above is not high enough, so it's not helping to drive things down the way they would really like it to. We do have irrigation at least going in here to these things now. Well, it doesn't say that it's irrigated. It's got a liquid pipe full of liquid, but it's not saying that it's irrigated. Low pressure, harvest ready, stifled. Yeah, I'm getting terrible yields off these things because of the air pressure. That's my big problem here right now. But if we can get this set up here, this will certainly solve a lot of it. So let's dig this out. All right, so in this bottom level down here, I'm going to do... let's see. I'm going to set up a gas pump down here. Even though I may not need it right away, I'm just going to have that set up ready. Up here, we're going to do a gas permeable tile. I'm going to want to do the same thing on this other side here. So let's deconstruct all this. I'll do gas permeable tile over here. Ooh, my room's a little uneven. Urgh, hate that. Kill the computer to get the energy. Are we done with our research? Is it all finished? Yeah, we're all done. So not that I'm actually gaining any energy, but there's no point in having the heat production here, or in having anything that's like sitting on the power grid that is of no use. So we'll get rid of both of the research stations. We don't need those. Up here, I want to dig this out a little bit more. We'll go like so. Okay, at the top of this thing, I want to do something a little different. So I'm going to do a ladder up here. I'm going to dig this out a little bit more. Dig this out a little bit more. Okay, so now in this center one here, I need to get rid of some of this ladder because I'm going to need to do a little bit of tile building. How wide is this got to be? So I need to be at least 2 tiles wide. So actually, this should work fine. No, I need that to be a little bit higher. A little bit higher, because I got to get rid of this tile here. There we go. There's a giant tower of sand blocking your manual generator. Uh-oh. You're right, there is. No, hold on. Let me cancel this. I don't want them to build that one just yet. Let's get rid of this. No, the manual generator is not that big of a deal, but I'm more concerned that it's sitting on the battery, but it doesn't say the battery's entombed, oddly enough. So they get that dug out. Perfect. Let's do tile in here. We're going to do a little gas pump in the middle of here. I didn't build this ladder in the right place. Rat. Oh my gosh, another duplicant? That's exactly what we needed. I was just thinking to myself, man, I wish we had another duplicant. No, you know what? I don't even need this ladder. I can do this. I can do this without it. Duplicant number 12 has arrived. More beds. We do need more beds. Actually, I need to build like a whole nother bedroom. All right, Nate, thanks for coming and checking out the stream. Glad you could pop in for a little bit. We're up at duplicant number 12. We're going to need another random duplicant number, 1, 2, or 3. Which one are we going to take in this one? We've had a good run of characters here so far. Actually, everything seems to be relatively stable. I mean, our food is in a decent place. I mean, even though we're not getting great food off the meal lice, it's sitting relatively stable. Oxygen is not the worst case it could be because we still have algae to continue producing oxygen. Our power grid's okay. I think for the most part we're okay. All right, so I see some 2s, 1s, 3, 2. Grizzly Bear, you're voting all over the place. I can't even keep tabs anymore. 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 3, 1, 2. Oh, whatever. Let's just pick one. This isn't working out as easy as I thought it would be. Let's go with number 3. Slow learn. Oh, you know what? Let's take somebody really, really rough. We'll take number 2. A mouth breeder scaredy cat. We'll go with that. And I'm gonna name this one Rennick. All right. Welcome to the colony. Copy settings. I'll paste over this junk. Oh, you know what? Actually, I should make sure I don't have any. No, okay. Liquefiable's not in there. That's good. All right. So up in this room, I'm gonna need a way to get the gases out of here. So let's look at our plumbing. We're going to need some gas pipe out of this. I'm going to send this gas pipe down and out to the side here. Where can I stick this thing? I hate doing this, but we're going to run it all the way out here, and we'll have our little hydrogen power generator out here. And then I'm going to do the electrical wiring. It's a little bit more on that grid than I want, but that's... I think I'm going to need another power transformer in here because I've actually got more on this grid than I really want. I'm going to put something right here. So let's do a power transformer right on this side. And then I'm going to run regular electrical wire off of here. I'm going to run it as a little junction point I have here, which isn't great. This one's going to be a little weird because I'm going to go up here to a pressure gauge at the top and then down. And then in here, I'm going to do an Atmos switch, which will go right on this spot there, so it only turns on when there's a certain amount of air pressure. And that'll be our start. I have slime. Where do I have slime? Where have I got slime? Organic. I don't have any slime in my storage. I'm not sure where you mean. I don't see slimes. We're slime-free as far as I can tell. Alright, power. We're going to need over here our hydrogen generator because we're going to need something over here that will use all that business up. I'm going to connect up this to the regular power grid, but I really am going to need some batteries out here because so far I'm actually wasting a whole bunch of power. And that's less than ideal. Do some more mesh flooring out here. We'll do a whole bank of batteries out here. Power! Batteries! Give to me the batteries. Uh-oh, I'm all out of metals. That's not good. Alright, I guess I'm going to dig in here. It's a bit of a vacuum here, which isn't great because it's actually going to use up a little bit of the oxygen that I had kind of built up here, but worst case scenario, we'll get it all sorted out. Put a battery in the left power transformer. I have one. I got one. I got one battery here anyway. You have 92.7 kilograms of slime. Well, I might have that amount of slime available to me, but I don't actually have it stored anywhere. I don't think anyway. Like, these things all have the same settings on them, and there's no slime set to be stored in any of those things. So there must be slime sitting on the ground somewhere. Oh, right. This needs... I need more metal. Boy, these guys are wheezing a lot. Holy, look at the CO2 buildup up here. Ah, that's why I didn't do any tile flooring in here to let the CO2 drop down. Ah, my bad. And actually, as they go in and out this door, there's CO2 coming in. So I'm gradually poisoning my crew. Yay. Yes, I definitely need beds. However, those are definitely not my top priority at the moment. I'm going to need to get some of this flooring taken care of. Let's cancel some of these batteries so I can make use of some of these metals. Because I can't build the batteries yet anyway. Let's do gas permeable tile here. This is not great because I'm actually going to have a whole bunch of gases all passing down here. And then in here, I probably should just tile this off so that at least the CO2 that comes in through this door will go down through my channel into this lower area, rather than like filtering in above, like in my living quarters. The puffs are making slime. Oh yeah, I've got some over here. Yeah, there's a puff here making some. Good job, little guy. He's working his butt off. He doesn't even have a butt. He's working it off. Well, I guess he's got to have one because he's pooping it out, right? The right bottom side is now dead zone full of CO2. Oh yeah, that's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. I should probably dig this out actually so I can pass through. So this whole section here, like there's the CO2 will drop down through this channel, but I don't really care too much. Except that they're gonna have to go in and out of this door a whole bunch, which I'm not really thrilled about. But that's okay. It'll be fine. There's a lot of CO2 in here right now, though. Which is funny, because my scrubber can't even work at the moment the way I built it. Go me. I built my little CO2 pocket thing right above it in a way that I actually blocked it off, and now it can't scrub. Yeah, that was not my smartest move. Oh, and actually, it looks like part of the problem here is that... Oh, shoot. So part of the problem here with my scrubber is that the polluted water has nowhere to go because I've got so much polluted water coming from this pump right now. I have so much polluted water in the line, it's not even clearing it. But that's not a priority at the moment. Priority right now is to get an oxygen room going. Give to me the airs. Alright, so in here I'm going to need... I'm going to set up 2 electrolyzers to start with. I'm going to need more tile in here. This Atmos switch I'll set really high for the moment. We're going to deconstruct... Actually, I don't even need to deconstruct that little corner piece, so that's fine. That one can stay there. But I am going to need to set up another little electrolyzer over here. Like so. We're going to need plumbing. No, I'm not trying to kill you all. Well, at least not quickly. I'm going to stream at least until I finish this oxygen room. I want to get some decent oxygen flow going in my colony here. Although it looks like I've got it a little bit uneven. I'm going to need to fix that up. I don't know if it makes any difference at all. However, I just like how it looks when it's a little more even. Okay, let's get liquid piping going. All right, so here's going to be a challenge. I've got a lot of liquid piping going on down here. Let's do a little liquid bridge right here. Like so. We'll send a little pipe into this, and then we're going to send a whole lot of pipe all the way up to the top. Up to here, so I can go in there, and then feed into here. We're going to need some electrical wiring that can branch off of this into here. Perfect. Oh, and I need heavy watt wire that's going to run actually from this main trunk line into this little transformer. So I think that'll start our production of oxygen. I'm ultimately going to need to do some ventilation as well to try and pump down some of the oxygen because it's not really going to be ideal. Well, look at that sand buildup. It's not going to be ideal in terms of distribution, but what will happen is the oxygen level will build up in here and it will push its way downwards. So the top areas will get oxygenated first, and it'll kind of work its way down. It'll push the gases down for me too as well, which would be good. But what I will do is actually take the ventilation from here and I'll pump it out into these corners so that we can get kind of the more of like a funneled pressure in here. So we're going to use gas piping in here. And we'll send half of it over this way. And we'll send half of it over this way. A little gas vent over here. This one's going to need to destroy the picture, unfortunately. So we'll get rid of this. And then once we have that, we can build a gas vent over here. What is going on here? This pressure is... I don't want it to send... It's sending oxygen on me. No, turn that thing off. Disable building. Hopefully they can reach it through that corner. I don't know if they can. I'm about to find out in a second. No, above. There. That's what I wanted. I just damaged my machine out here for no reason at all. I think my brain's getting a little muddy. Been playing a little bit too long today. Alright, so... No, my air scrubber won't work right now because it just has no... It can't send out any wastewater. I need to get it set up somewhere. Yeah, I know I sent oxygen over there. I had the atmosphere pump set up for below pressure, and I meant above. There's going to be still a little bit of oxygen that's going to go in there, but that's okay. Once this builds up a good hydrogen patch at the top here, then I'm going to turn the switch on. We'll get that going. We're going to need over here another mesh tile. And then we can dig all this mess out. At least we are producing oxygen up here now. So this was going to, as this pressure builds up in here for the O2, it's going to start to push its way downward. Hopefully I left enough of a gap here for hydrogen buildup. I don't know if I did. That might take a little bit of experimenting. I need over here a gas vent still in my eating quarters. This guy needs all the help before he makes his viewers lose their minds. I'm aware that it's pumping O2. I already fixed it. However, you don't see what I'm doing for like 30 seconds after I do it. And I'm not even going to bother with gas filters at the moment. The whole point of this particular system is to try to get to a place where you don't have to use a gas filter. So I'm going to do a little bit of damage when I send through this next little pocket of oxygen that's right here, because there's one sitting like right at the bottom. But then afterwards, it'll get so that this pump will only turn on when there's a high concentration of hydrogen up here. So it's only ever sending hydrogen anyway. And then over here, I'm going to need a little power for this pump. How's my gas layout? That should be good. Yeah, see, as I said, it got that little pocket of oxygen that's there. And now it's sitting all in hydrogen. So now as the hydrogen builds up, I'm going to adjust the atmosphere switch on this thing so that it is a more reasonable pressure once we get a little more hydrogen built up, and then it'll send only hydrogen at that point. Breadstick pod! Alright, so we're due for another duplicant. However, I think I'm going to call it a night. Like I said, I'm going to get a little punchy. We're sitting at about 12:15 Eastern Time. Thanks everyone for coming and check out the stream. I'm going to call it a wrap for tonight, and we'll continue building out. We're relatively stable at the moment. We have a dozen duplicants with another one incoming. Stress is climbing a little bit because they're spending too much time in CO2. And then also the time that they're spending out in the cold biome as they're doing that work. This room is almost finished up here. I know it doesn't look like much, but what this will do is ultimately, this is going to act as a natural filtering system because the gas that builds up in here and presses down into where the gas pump is all going to be hydrogen. And I'm going to have the atmospheric pressure on this setup in a way that it's only going to pump when it has a certain amount of air pressure or a certain amount of gas pressure. So it's always going to be moving hydrogen. So in the end, this will work without having to use a filter in order to get the gas over to there. And this pump is sitting low enough that because the hydrogen rises, it should pretty much always be sitting in oxygen. So I won't even need the filters. You can already see that the air pressure in here is improving a little bit just from the downward force through the gas permeable tiles that are at the bottom here. And as we start to pump gases out to the corners of the base here, we'll start to concentrate the CO2 more towards the center also and help it get down below. I think next time we stream, we're going to have to take care of this down here. I'm going to need to send this wastewater somewhere else because it's just not cutting it by sending it over to this farm because the pressure that's coming through on the pump is so high that it's actually stopped the flow of wastewater coming out of my air scrubber, and then the air scrubber's not working. So we'll have to deal with that next time, but thank you to everyone who came out for the stream. I hope you'll come out and check out the next one as well. We'll be streaming again in terms of Oxygen Not Included next Tuesday. I generally stream them Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. I think I might be streaming again on Thursday night, possibly Arc with Kazi. I just have to sort that out. And then I'd like to fit in another stream at some point this week as well, but I'm not sure what the date's going to be just yet. Pretty much always at 10 o'clock Eastern Time at night because that's the best opportunity I have in terms of family and other responsibilities, but I do hope you'll come back and check out some more of those. Thank you to everyone who gave me a super chat for this evening, and also those of you who just came and participated in the chat and enjoyed the stream as well. Thank you for screaming at me when you think I was doing something wrong. That's always great. Next stream for Oxygen Not Included will be next Tuesday. And then in the meantime, I'll have some other videos and things coming out, and then some other streams as well. But thank you again, everyone, for following along with the stream. I was always CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.